perfect together, but you hurt me so much that I had to leave you. Girl, I thought that you and I would be perfect together, but you hurt me so much that I had to leave you. Be perfect together, but you hurt me so much that I had to leave you. Girl, I thought that you and I would be perfect together, but you hurt me so much that I had to leave you.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways. And finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest, echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways.
Welcome everybody, we are here, and my voice is already... Why you do that? Okay. Welcome everybody. obviously. We are here for the 6 hour of Nürburgring in Austria. Spielberg even said. And here we are in Austria for the 6 hour at the moment, full grid, 34 teams at the moment racing on our Austrian track. And as you can already see, there is traffic because yes, everybody wants the slipstream and everybody wants to be the one that stays in front. So currently packed up, you can see these. I hope everything is working. Usually the answer is no, but I will hope for the best. In case you don't know me, I'm Cristiano Romano, and I'll be here for the commentaries in the first 3 hours, and also driver in the last, in the middle 2 hours and something. So yeah, that was just you. Anyway, I will be as objective as possible in everything as always, and yeah, if you have any question regarding everything, because today is a great day for motorsport, there is everything at the moment ongoing. But for now, we are here for the endurance. I just need, quickly, this thing here. Why don't it work? Okay, it doesn't work. So Spielberg, what about this track? Well, it's actually quite easy. You don't have really a lot of turns. You have, well, we can go with Keenan here, which sets the first time of the lap at the moment, 27.8. It's turn 1, you usually brake between the brake markers. You aim for the curb, but you don't really touch it. It's actually in second or third, depending on your car. An entire straight, which now is a chicane in the MotoGP layout. And then here you brake just prior to the 100-meter board. You aim for the inside, where there is a bit of uphill section. That uphill section slows your car a tiny bit, and that tiny bit will be effectively fundamental for making your time. Then we have here turn 4. You aim for the curb. It's actually quite odd, this line here, because you actually have to go for the outside as much as possible. And it's 5. You can go in the curb on the inside. It's not mandatory, but you could do it. And then after it, it's still a left-hander. Even here, the curb is something you could aim for. And over the main straight, right inside, you aim for the 50-meter board of the curb. Outside, not too much, otherwise it's a track limit. Over the inside, the curb there doesn't eat you. And then over the finish line, and that's a lap for you all. And that's not only a lap, that's the pole lap of 27.360 for our driver in the 441 car. Adamu goes for the number 11 in second place, 27.5. Giovannini goes even quicker, 51, makes 27.335. So, sandwich for the Vesta Sport cars. Oh, that was the 301, huh? What happened there? Wait, I saw a car in diagonal. Oh, they decided to brake. Oh, they were nearly colliding with another car there. I think it was the number 51. Yeah, unfortunately it was the 51, because now their lap time is, well, not as good as it was. Keenan here currently ongoing for an improvement on his car, the number 441, the Irish driver there trying the best possible. Unfortunately, he lost just at the very tail end over the curb. I think he can gain those 25 milliseconds, but he didn't this time. He will stay behind. Now obviously 30 minutes of qualifying, so there is all the time in the world to make it happen. Nothing to worry too much about. Just saw a car going over. It's Macoretta that puts the car in 5th place, number 342. just being overtaken by Eck in the Ferrari 331. La Rock here, trying to set a fancy lap, a bit on the outside. He has a 10th that can be gained out 2, and that puts Team TSC Racing in the number 93 in 14th place. Good improvement here for Corving, number 41. With quite a good situation. 3 times already, nearly 4. Skinan, at the very last corner, sets the fastest lap time. 50 milliseconds in front of Giovannini. 27.285 for the Irishman. Corving, unfortunately, just went wide on the very last corner, so this means that he will not improve the position. But certainly, it's not over yet for them, and now Eck also improving by 1 single tenth. 1 single tenth here is extremely worthy. That 10th would put them in 4th place. They just need not even half a second. They nearly need 300s, but they slowed down. I think something went wrong there because they chose to slow the car and leave the space to Corving, which is still half a second improvement. This time it seems they can handle it. And in fact, this time it went through number 41, 27.810. That's 8th place for them. With Adamu that needs 2 attempts to get in pole. So for now, the Vesta Sport has a 2-3, being led by the FRL and tailored by the Messer Esport 212. And it's Eck, Macoretta in the 177 TSC, Ilgner for FRL, then Corving, then Low for Simtech, and then Chonky Team completes the top 10 with Stubna at the moment on the car. Latero here with a very good improvement at the moment. Car number 52 over the curb. You can see the car being driven by Binta. At the moment, it's Mattia Lattaro that is driving the car over the last corner. A very nice improvement now for the car in 16th place, who needs to really bring the time down, and they do, putting the car in 4th place, 3 times away from the pole. So at the moment it's 51, 11 and 52. A very nice one there, and Adamu here, number 11, he is a bit better than earlier. He was 2 tenths earlier on, now he is 1.5. He still requires at least a tenth to get into Giovannini, and then another half tenth to get in front of Keenan. At the moment the situation seems good. also the 301, because both cars are really improving the momentum. Adam unfortunately just lost on this final part. He's tied with himself. Oh, that's too much. That's a track limit, so his lap is not a valid one. And he will have to do everything back from scratch. Here, though, it's a 301, first of the IM teams. And currently, they seem to be good. 127.6 was the last lap being set by them. The newer lap time will be on the edge of the curb. It's a valid one. It's not pole, but it's close. 15 milliseconds away from Keenan. And the grid is packed. The moment 3... Oh wait, it's way more. It's definitely a lot more. 21 cars are in a single second from pole position. Now obviously it's Red Bull Ring, so it's actually a bit not worth it to say that this track is one of the shortest of the entire track list. 27.2 is the time that has to be beaten. Keenan is, as always, tailoring himself as Shaber puts the car number 212 in front of Lattaro, short of 3 times away from the pole. He went wide into turn 1, so this lap will not be a valid one. Same goes for Echo, who is improving a lot. Brown here, half a second away. As I was saying, this track practically revolves around those times, because since there are so few corners, you really have to make the time where you have the chance to do it. Ooh, Brown unfortunately lost everything there. I have to see exactly how the rear slipped off. This corner here is quite tricky. You have to aim for the inside, but not too much, otherwise this happens. It's not really visible from this replay, but if you lose the rear, you can lose up to 2 times. Sebastian Picano here, driving alone in his own car. And Keenan here, a very good situation for the Irish driver. 15 milliseconds only in front of Wolf, 50 in front of Giovannini, and a tenth and a half from Adamu. So Keenan went off track. Shaber is slowing down on improvement, and Eck is putting a good time. Well, was putting a good time prior to this mistake, which cost him around half a tenth, and that half a tenth may really be impactful, since Illigner in front is 75 milliseconds away. It seems like he recovered that to not only get Illigner, but even Lattaro and Shaver. The 331 now in 5th place and still sending it. Giovannini here, he has the chance. It's very close among these drivers. Can he make it this time? He goes on the limit on the curb, but unfortunately I think it can't improve the situation. We will set another lap time is lower than his personal best, but the good news is that he made the overall best sector number 2. So this means that he has the chance to make it on pole. He definitely has the chance to make it on pole. Hi Jan. Jan Barf driving in the Advisor Racing team. Which car are you on this time around? Ah, here it is. It's a 934. It's a Porsche 934 with Novak driving it, but not improving this time around. 1 second away from the top of the standings. Ooh, here it goes. 10th and a half. I think he nailed it. I think he nailed the first sector. He has the second sector. He just has to not make a mistake here. Not even, he just improved the situation slightly. Oh, he just lost some time, but he can lose some time. The issue is that he can't lose too much time, since the gap is so short. Again, a very good second sector. No, I think he went wide again in third. And again, he can't improve. Every time. He is so close yet so far. 23 minutes to go. And the situation is brilliant for our race so far. An entire second, literally a single second. You can see 1.000 is the gap between 23rd place and the first, with the top 10 being separated by less than 4 tenths. Not even, because actually it's top 11, since the Kieser and Macoretta made the same exact time, but with 141 just made it later compared to the 177 ahead of them in the same car too. Also, the balance of performance seems to work greatly. We have Ferrari, Mercedes, BMW, and Aston in top 6. Only one team has managed to make a good progress in the Mercedes. And that team is currently in second place, 15 milliseconds away from pole. Smirnov, apologies. Here. He was improving a bit. Ooh, the Kieser, huh? Out of nowhere put the car in 10th place. Well, it literally needed 1 milliseconds to improve the position, so just needed to make a personal best there. And the 141 is now ahead of the 177. Smirnov unfortunately lost the time around the beginning of sector 2. Larocque here at the very tail end of the racetrack on the last sector. He was improving, but he needs a lot to improve the placement. He doesn't have that lot. He will improve by 10 milliseconds. That's not enough. And I just noticed that Giovannini actually improved his own time by 15 milliseconds. That's still not enough. And Smirnov here, apparently turn 1 really didn't go that well in his personal best earlier on. But he has to nail the continuity of the racetrack. As we go on the second, actually it's the third straight. In this racetrack there are 4 straight lines where you can make overtakes. So it's actually a good track for endurance. We could see a lot of action in those 6 hours. 3 teams have a racing ban for the qualifying session. Those are number 42, number 2 and 28. As Smirnov went out on the gravel. Those 3 teams will have to make their time only in the final 5 minutes of the session. Now obviously this championship, because it is a championship, has some teams quite ahead. Just have to do it quickly though. This is not showing. Just let me update, because the settings are there. Aha. No, they aren't here. Okay, I will do a plan B called please send me the standings because I can't find them anymore. Where are them? Anyway, Stubra, I will think about that later. Some things never change, like me forgetting something. Stubra here in number 74 in a pack of BMW from 12th to 15th, 4 BMWs. Gapped by literally less than a tenth, and they are all in the same car. The BMW here seems to be quite strong. We have 4 of them around the 13th place. We have 1 in 8th, another 2 in position number 3 and position number 4. So second row for them. Oh, that's a big one. That's a big one for Adamu, which has gone wide again. He was in pole. He would have been in pole, rather. And unfortunately, everything has to be discarded again. He will have to go into the pits, change the tires, change the freshness of the driver as quickly as possible, because it was a pole lap, but it didn't happen. It definitely didn't happen there. Low here in 17th place with some traffic ahead. He has the time to gain up to 5 places in a single rush, but he has to keep it focused because the car ahead is on a lap time. Oh, wait, it's not. Maybe very close them. Oh, I think that could be impeding if the car ahead was not on a valid lap time. I think it was impeding. Unfortunately, I can't see the number. It's a McLaren, so it's not really that hard to find. Since it was the number 47, and the last lap was a valid one, so they were not impeding. The minimap showed their car in blue, but they were not impeding, they were on a valid lap. So everything is technically okay. It's just very bad luck for Low, which could have made it into the top 12 at the very least. Maybe even higher. I think top 10 was actually possible, but we will never know. Okay, top 10 no, maybe top 12 definitely though, because there is a 10th between 10th and 12th. Lataro here decided, oh, he just went on the gravel, I think. Was that a mistake? Because they were 2/10 ahead of their own time. You can see going on the right, slightly too much on the gravel, and they lost it a bit there. They're still participating on the final rush, 5 minutes to go. All or nothing. On the edge of the curb, they just need less than an half attempt to gain a placement. And I think they will do not only 1 but 2. And they go in 6th place, just behind their sister team. A very good one there by Lattaro. And it's not over yet. Oh, there is a car joining the wall on the left hand side. He is not over with it. He wants to improve. He definitely wants to improve even more. And behind them, there is another car hungry for place in the top 5. And behind, there is Shaber aiming for the pole, which put the car just in the middle between Giovannini and Adamu in 4th place, but they are not over with that. I think they just made a final moment setup change, and something could be good with their car now. Keenan still without an improvement. Same goes for Wolf, same goes for Giovannini, same goes for Adamu. Their Kieser will not complete the lap time since Apparently they went wide or something. But Shaber could make it into pole. Can they? Is the question. The answer is about to come. They are tight, and they will make it an improvement, but they will not make it in pole. They will stay in 4th, 52 milliseconds away from pole, and they just have a final rush for the money on the car number 212. This is good. Top 10 is in 3 temps. How on earth did we reach this? So the final 3 cars are now ongoing the racetrack with Handys keeping it on the pits. So Keys here, 15th place, they are also improving by a 10th. Some cars with green improvements. My race control is half green, which is usual in these circumstances, but they have to keep it. Someone who is keeping it is Iligner, who makes it another 2 places, 5 milliseconds away from Lattaro. In front of Ekemo. So another car joins the very tight pack. With the top 9 below the 3 temps. The Kisser has the time. But they have to deliver it. Iligner has the time. But they just lost it by 2 temps. Kisser is reaching the final finish line. And he will not improve. By a very tiny bit, he will not improve the placements. This was close. So Keenan effectively out of the qualifying. Same goes for Wolf, same goes for Shaber, same goes for Lattaro, same goes for Kleinen. I probably butchered it. Kleinen. Apologies. For Kleinen. The Dutch driver. Same goes for Burakovsky, same goes for Lizum, same goes for Handy, same goes for... I don't know no one else. But the heck here is watching the situation with calmness. Here Macoretta, he wants to make it into the top 10, but it's tight. The entrance is not for everyone. But heck here is pushing it as much as possible. Apparently he could make it into top 5. But this is the last chance. Oh, he just went wide! Oh, he just went wide, but I think he just kept it on track. Two tenths and a half out of nowhere. The 3-3-1 makes it in 5th place. 57 milliseconds away from P1. We have got 6 cars in a single tenth. That is astonishing. But it's not over yet. Illigan here still wants to make a lap time. He could have made it, but I think he just made a mistake there, but he still is improving. He will cross the line in next place, keeping himself away 5 milliseconds away from Tucci, now driving the 52. Second driver for the Vespa Sport 52. And I think that is it. That is the qualifying session for us. That is definitely qualifying session over. So here we are. So we have our pole sitter with the number 441 on pole position. It's going to be a good one. my mind. A very good one. Just need... Wait a second. Because I can do it quickly. Okay, if I have to learn not to destroy everything whenever I want to do something of any kind. This is the sound of things getting destroyed. Here we are. Can I do it? Obviously this resets every time, even if I set it earlier. It's sunny. Oh boy, it's sunny. I am saying it, but I'm a bit surprised because technically the weather is very much not sunny in the forecast. But here we are with our teams. So, going with the numbers first, and then the teams to let you have a complete... We have the time, so you can do it. To the right side, in the qualifying session, Kieran put the car 441 in pole with Wolf following. Then it's Giovannini and Shaver behind with Eck and Barberi in 5th and 6th. Tucci is in 7th, Illigner in 8th with Mo and Verstreffen with Macoretta and Kuchka. Picano and Afor are in the BMW 322 and 69, with the 41 being put on pole by Carving, Lowe, then Giuffrida, then Duvaluis, Sazian, Brown, Dudek, Alessandro Barf, then Langley, Laroque, Hill, Jones, Spallino, Burakovsky, Gigi, Brznix, Leeson, Von Kiedrowski, Williams, and Handy. This has been our qualifying situation with a couple of drivers that have changed, but for the teams we have FRL in P number 1, then we've got Gazelle Motorsport in 2nd place, we have got Vesta Sport 51 in 3rd, the 212 MSR Sport in 4th, with the 331 FRL in 5th, then Barberi is now in the car for the Vesta Sport number 11, with Vesta Sport number 52 just behind them. 221 FRL is in 8th, with a 31 in 9th. Holdfast Motorsports is in 10th, in the 141 with the 177 TSC Racing following. 74 Tech Team in 12th. Picano will go with himself. Nice livery, if I understand what the defense is. 69 for the Crazy Squirrel team in 14th, with FRL in 15th. Simtech Racing starts from 16th. FMP Italia in 17th. Gazelle Motorsport sister team in the number 300 in 18th. Then we've got the McLaren for FRA Armenia. One mile in 20th. 21st for DSRT, with Flat Out Esport in 22nd. Advisor in 23rd. Top Tier Motorsport in 24th. TSC Racing in 25th. Then we are with oh no, why are you like this? Why did it change the cameras? Something happened there. Not sure why I... Okay, I have it again. I will not question it. I will just skip the 882 at this point. Ah, because it's on a Mustang. Okay, that makes sense. The 968 is... Apparently the camera is glitching with the... Okay, the 555 is disappearing. 463 Fusa Competition in 29th. FRL in 30th. Brunix for QRT in 31st. Scuderia Ferrari. Then we've got this very fancy livery for an Haltiner Racing. FRL in 44th and Remnant Racing in final and 35th place. So here we are. We just surpassed turn number 1. apparently I have to update the race control then, because it's a bit frustrating that I can't really do anything with the Mustang then. The second... turn number 3. This track is very odd. Because turn 2 is technically nothing, and turn 3 is turn 2, but we'll get to that point another time. Okay. Ah. So here we are on Schlossgold, turn 4. And into 5 and 6. With Roche being the 6th corner. My German is awful, and my particularly Austrian and German is the same thing. Rauch will be 6th, with Wurf Curve being the 7th. In the rain, this will be one of the hotspots, if it will rain, because the chance is very, very high. Here on the curb, it will be curious to see the lines on the wet if it will rain. Rindt is turn 9 and Red Bull Mobile is turn 10. Only 10 turns in this track. Not a lot of places to make overtakes. But nevertheless, there is plenty of time to make action, as always. Here we are, close to the start of the 6 hour. Of the Red Bull Ring. Seconds away from the start. And it's a green light, and away we go, and everyone... Oh, beautiful start by... I think that's Barberi in the number 11. It is Barberi in the number 11 that goes on the inside of the Aston Martin. 3 wide into turn 1, and one of the cars will be in front of the other. It's actually Barberi, which makes not only 1 but 2 places now behind their teammates. Now up in front, Wolf and Keenan are still one after the other, but apparently there isn't any change in position at the moment. Although the Mercedes has a lot of straight line speed, nothing happens there. Something could happen there because Shaber is on the outside trying the best possible to make a places, and unfortunately for them, it's actually Eck that makes the place. Number 5 for the FRL team, but Shaber is still there on the outside. It's very difficult at the moment. Oh, Wolf made it on the inside barely for a brief moment, but they will still stay one after the other. Oh, that's big for Giovannini. That's big for Giovannini. Can he make it into second place on the inside? Could he make it? Apparently cannot. He stays there in third place. Barberi just follows. Eck is very keen to make a place. Someone. Let's glitch out for a moment. Only 2 cars at the moment are not with the pack, but apparently this train is ongoing. You can see. So Giovannini is gapping the number 11 a little bit. But Barberi has another issue. At the moment the issue is a Ferrari and maybe just maybe even an Aston Martin. The 3 of them are following closely. I think one of the Ferrari went off track. In fact, they went off track. That's a track limit very likely. But Shaber is now very close to the action. You can see on the inside they go. And it's side by side into turn 3. The same corner where they lost the place is the one where they gain it. And it will be 5th place for the 212 MSR Esport. Eck follows Tucci very closely, following the train. Illigner is just behind. De Keyser is fighting with Macoretta. They were fighting even in the qualifying session, so I'm not really surprised by this. And behind is Duvalos, who loses the place momentarily from Brown. And so he goes, oh no, there is a contact there between Novak and McLaren. Saxian loses 1 place, loses maybe 2 places, but there is contact between the two. Oh, another contact there. Side by side. Oh, the Honda is off. Jones is off. Loses a place, maybe 2. He does lose another place by the Mustang, but Saxian loses the place from Giuffrida. And there's also the Mustang going over on the outside and makes the place on the Honda driver, which collided with the McLaren earlier on. Then, oh, it's a car going off. It's Mo. Mo is off. In the last corner, something happened there on Mo. He was... oh, he just went on the curb and lost the car. And made contact with the BMW. Oh, that's a lot for Picano. And then he went 3 wide there. Here it is Smirnov. Still keeping a pace and a rhythm in 14th place. Although Langley is overtaking the BMW, but it's still side by side between the two, and the Ferrari is not really known to be good on acceleration. And in fact, the Ferrari has to stay behind. They have great brakes, but the BMW just made it through. Giovannini, he's here. You can see on the left-hand side, 2 cars have the purple lap, and that is because both cars made the same exact of 28.580 on the millisecond. Now Giovannini and Barberi cannot fight between each other because they are both in the championship battle. But it's obvious that if one of the two will feel faster, something could happen as a switch in the team orders. Now these 4 are practically gapping the entirety of the field already 5 minutes into the race, which with Shaber nearly a second off. Then it's Tucci who is creating another gap from everyone else. Ligner, for now, keeping the torch alight, but BMW is very good on the top speed. The Ferrari is good on the brakes, leaving space for Ligner. I'm hoping I'm saying it correctly because he's German, so I think it's Ligner. So we have the same script here. BMW against Ferrari, but the Ferrari is a bit slower compared to the Beamer. But the Beamer is on the outside, and that's the case. They're trying to go over inside too. That's a number 1 for 1. That makes it another place. That's 8th place, and Tucci now is getting tailored by Macoretta. He just puts his car on the middle as a bit of a sandwich, but Macoretta is making a better corner there. And I think it's another overtake for the Aston Martin. And now Tucci is in 10th place. Meanwhile, in front is Giovannini and Wolf alongside, side by side for the two. Giovannini is on the right hand side. The Mercedes will have to stay on the outside. Close racing between the two. No contact. But this is just helping Barberi behind because the Italian is now alongside their team. The number 11 wants to make the overtake, but the number 51 is for now ahead. And oh, there is a contact there. There is a heavy contact there. And I think it's Shaber. Yeah, it was Shaber making contact with the Beamer ahead. And Eck also gained a place from that. And now Giovannini is still trying to make a place. It doesn't happen. Same goes here, but it doesn't happen. Even here we can see the contact which happened just seconds ago from the wing. The Aston just missed the braking point, and very likely that may be some penalty coming for the number 212 if it will come. Now the fight for the top 3 is ongoing, but with this rate it's becoming a fight for the second place, since Keenan is just utilizing this to make himself a go. There is a mistake by Giovannini, and another place has been lost there. So Shaber makes 2 in lap on the same team too. That's third place for 212 MSRA Sport, and that's Jacob Shaber who makes it into third place, apologies, aiming for second place. That's Giovannini now, and Eck is in the middle of the Vesta Sport class, with Keenan setting another quickest lap time. 28.1. Oh, there is a car there off. It's a number 41. Again, it's small. What happened there? Was there any contact? There wasn't any contact. Oh, there was some heavy defense by the Lamborghini 463, but I'm not sure it was correct. So there was contact, and now Mo is very much in the very tail end of the entire grid. As Dova Lewis is trying to go in front of the Advisor Racing team with a 300. The sister car is currently the 301 in second place. The car here is in 21st place. So quite the change. Nothing happens here, but something may happen in front, since Macoret and the Keyser are still fighting. This fight has been going on practically since the start of the qualifying session. And it's a very cool one, because all the other fights have been going on for the race duration, but these two have been together for the entire qualifying session too. It's a bit of a tandem. Now Stubna here, trying to overtake the number 52, who defends the inside, tries to keep the position. No contact between the two. There is a bit of overlap between the two cars. No contact, so I think it's tight, but it's definitely Stubna who makes it into top 10. With Picano, after some front-end damage, thinking about something there, but he keeps the car behind momentarily. Ooh, there is some contact there between the Ferrari and the BMW. And Smirnov here, also trying the position on the car ahead, the Ferrari. Nothing happens there. Macoretta, meanwhile, makes the position on the Keyser. And that's a 177 in front this time around. Milan in front. It's definitely getting spicy because now Giovannini is back behind Shaber. And this could end greatly for Giovannini, that wants to get back in third. But behind it's also Eck who is struggling there. Meanwhile, double fight here is Tucci against Lowe and Smirnov against Picano. Picano who has some front-end damage, but apparently he doesn't care. So the damage simply can be ignored, luckily for them. Also, Saxian gets in front of Langley. And that's to free that. Oh, there is a switch there between Picano and Smirnov. There's a contact between the two. But it's still going on. We are up ahead. It is Shaber still leading. This pack, because Keenan is still in front, and Wolf is 3.3 seconds away, so Keenan is definitely putting a lot of pressure on everyone. He is setting astonishing lap times. For now, it stays this way now. The contention for this place has now put together in this train even Illigner. And Macoletta and the Keys are not that far away. They are, I wouldn't say there yet, but they are arriving. They are definitely arriving there. A bit out of the racing line, but it's still a valid one. And Eck is closing. Eck is closing on Giovannini. Barberia apparently has a bit of gap to the car in front. He's not keeping up the pace. 28.297. That's a very good lap. I admit it. And it's not only Eck that made the 28.2. The 28.2 has been made by Giovannini too. So in this last lap, the entire field, well, the entire field, this group of people gained half a second on the leader. Half a second. That's a lot. I think that was a mistake by Keenan then. Because that's the change. I think Giovannini now wants to make it. I'm already hearing my voice starting to fade away. I'm not really happy with it. I may have put too much pressure on myself already. That's not great. But here it is. For Shaber, Giovannini and Eck. So Wolf now has a second of advantage for the cars, and now you can see the clouds. The clouds are forming. It may mean rain in the upcoming future. So something happened here to Picano. He lost a... Oh, there was a contact there, that's why. So spin on turn 2. I think we can shortly see it back. The Fritzy 2 made the contact there with the 69. So this is what happened. There was indeed a contact. So it's another one too, which put a lot of pressure off the cars in front. But they are now slowing them down a bit. 28.9 for all the drivers. Going on still on the same rhythm. Then behind it's Eck who is starting to pressurizing the car in front. So Keenan now has a 4-second gap who of which question is, can Eck make it, or will Giovannini make it earlier? It's a very, very tight race, this one here, for third place, no, second place at this point. Back behind is Brown and Novak, who are switching places. So Brown is now in 21st place, Novak just behind, lost the place in turn 3, and that's Mo trying to recover what has been lost earlier. Ooh, that's the Porsche going very wide, and that's number 2 with Williams losing 31st place, with Mo gaining it. It's a long race, I think still 40 minutes to go prior to any pit stop. Jufrida here is very interested in the position ahead. The Mustang behind is also very interested in becoming part of the fight. You can clearly see that that Mustang is now very close, approaching. In the last lap, 29.2 compared to Jofrida's 30.5. It's quite clear the Mustang has way more pace. Back behind, the Picano is now struggling with the damage he received. Now Duvois going over the inside. No contact between the two. Although it's side by side for a brief moment, and it's still a BMW ahead, which remains on top. Yeah, it is Eck still pressurizing the car in front of Giovannini 6 times away. Obviously, big question is regarding who will be gonna make the overtake first. I think it's Shaver out of all the drivers that will try to make it. 28.5 in the last lap, they've gained 3 times on the car ahead, who is putting the indicator on the left and letting them through. That's a bit of teamwork between two teams, in my mind. But I don't think the same will be applied for the car behind, maybe? Or maybe yes. They are? I think they are. I think they are letting them through. No, clearly not. They are trying to defend as much as possible on the inside. But even Giovannini stays there on the outside. Amazing performance by the number 51, who is trying to make it on the outside of turn number 3. And now into turn 4. Bit deep on the brakes for Giovannini. Oh, that's close. That's close among them. That's very close. It's side by side by side by side. For two different groups, there is some contact between Giovannini and Wolf. There is some contact between Barberi and Wolf. And that's 2 cars passing the Mercedes number 301, with Eck also trying to utilize this to make another overtake, and same goes for Igligner. So a lot of places have been lost by Wolf, all of them to be exact, because now they are in 7th place and struggling. Baccaretta is now closing quickly on the car ahead. That was extremely unordinarily as a situation, and initially it seemed like they let Shaber pass through. Well, it seemed like it was quite obvious at this point. And then they tried to defend against everyone else, but they couldn't do it perfectly. And now they lost every single place. Amazing performance by Giovannini, who managed to make the position from the outside. That was extraordinary for the Vespa Sport driver. Smirnov is making also a try on the outside, but Tucci stays in front for 13th place. And that's Macoretta also making the overtake on Wolf, who lost another place. So here it is, still the fight between Tucci and Smirnov, with Tucci defending as much as possible against the number 69 BMW that goes on the inside and doesn't commit. Here, Ek is still there. Now this fight is effectively for P2 once more, but with a driver less in the pack. This field is slowing itself down a bit, that is certain, as Tucci are still trying to defend against Smirnov. Now on the outside once more, Deep on the brakes, and it's again the 52 which takes and remains in place. Still tends to defend. Fair fight between these two, but that's, I guess, the 69 making it on the outside, which will then become the inside. That's very likely the position for Smirnov. So Ek here. Closing on. Obviously, Ek and Wigner will not fight, but it's obviously that applies if two cars are okay. Giuffrida gets a 15-second penalty for an incident earlier on. Oh, it's even a 30-second penalty. It's a big one for Giuffrida. So Illigner still follows, and that's another 10 seconds on Shaber for contact with car number 11. They will have to go through them in the pits. And there is a cut-off. That's a 738. Oh, that's Brown. So something happened there. Not sure though what happened. It's the car from behind. No, it wasn't. Oh, they just lost the rear. That's what happened. They just lost the rear and put it into the barrier, unfortunately. As we go back here, where Ek and Illigner effectively switched positions in all of these. We just saw also in the replay what happened there. If the cars can reappear. So now Ek is the following driver for the FRL team, which has one car in pole and ahead of everyone else, 5 seconds ahead of Shaber, another one on Giovannini, and another 8 times on Barberi. But now the fight is slightly shifted. Now is the 4th place, which is in contention. Not anymore the 2nd, although it's still a 2nd between Shaber and Giovannini. But I will leave you for a brief moment, since I think you can hear by my voice. That I need just a minute of a moment to get my water, because I emptied, and I will come back shortly. But for now, I will just put full volume on a full lap of Red Bull Ring. That was a bit of a lap for our drivers, as Iligner. Apparently the switch may have worked for them, as it seems like Iligner is actually pressurizing Barberi more than Ek did earlier. But now you can see that the two drivers are a bit closer than earlier. Iligner, last lap was at 28.862. Barberi made a 7, or 8.7. The gap is very close, and Ek just follows with another 8.7. And Langley here is trying the overtake on Tucci for 14th place. And it goes through. So back ahead. So these three are still on the same fight as earlier on, and here goes a four-way battle between Megattini, Brujinix, Klejan and Handy. Handy who started from last place. With a Honda that goes on the left hand side. Same with Aston. And they open up in four-way, but it's Klejan who takes the place momentarily after Megattini is defending in number 4 as much as possible. With Aston in red and black fashion going over inside, that's Klejan on Megattini. As Mirnov gained a 15-second penalty after colliding with another car earlier on. It was Vicano, now in 17th place, and that's another overtake which is going on for Megattini. On the inside he goes. That's turn number 10 and into 11. Handy is getting targeted by Brujinix behind. That's very close between them. Clean. Ultimately following the Ferrari ahead as much as possible. He goes on the outside, tries it into turn 3. Nothing really happens there for now. But they are still side by side over the third straight. And it's the Ferrari on the inside this time around. The Aston is now on the outside, trying whatever is possible, and they make the overtake done in a second after putting the car well on the outside. Megattini is still fighting for it, but they are on the outside and nothing can really be done there. Oh, there is contact! Oh, Megattini made some contact with number 475, and that's Handy, nearly losing the place on Brunix. With Keys also following the cars. Ahead of them. Oh, in the grass, he's doing, he was doing a Manti Porsche on the grass, but there wasn't enough time to make it. Do the Kevin Estre, someone will say. Hopefully that's not ending in the worst. So Wolf apparently lost over the inside he goes, and that's Wolf, another place lost for Wolf. The 301 is now in 9th place with the Kieser in 8th place. So Wolf, he was doing great times, and all of a sudden everything kind of faded away. As Johnson and Novak are battling here for position number 19, with Novak taking a place on the grass too, going a bit over the track limits in my mind. Still trying to go, oh, there is contact. There is definitely contact, freeway contact, and that's both the Honda and the Porsche and the 300 get impacted by this. With Novak keep on keeping the car straight, but Jones has to make a maneuver. That's a lot of time being lost as Picano is going on the inside. And there's now Giuffrida behind. Giuffrida who has a 30 seconds penalty. Heavy one for him, and the Kaiser also is in front now of Wolf. He lost 4 seconds in a single lap time. Oh wait. Okay, no, I think he just gained back the place and lost again. At the same moment, they were alongside. For a moment, I thought Macaretta was the Kaiser and vice versa. The two Astons are also very similar, so yeah, okay, one has an entire lime strip made especially to be seen, but that's just on me. I think there is still some chance for Wolf to make back the place on the Kaiser, who is defending the inside. And keeping it afloat. Oh, that's a bit wide for the 301. And that's a second lost. That's Picano trying the overtake on Tucci on the inside. He throws the car. There is a mountain in the middle, but I'm seeing that Picano threw the car and momentarily took the place. Oh, there is some contact there between the two. Now Geoffrey on the inside, trying whatever is achievable. But they have a 30-second penalty, so they can't really afford anything. And then 254 is not in a great position there. So Eck now is battling with Illigner effectively for the position. As Barberi is now following Giovannini, so it's team against team. But now the gap between Illigner and Barberi is a bit. So I would expect some either some battling or a maintain of positions. As Picano undercuts massively everyone going into the pits, repairing the car, putting the pit limiter early on. Massive undercut for them. Askis and the Brunix here, literally as close as possible. Oh, that could have been bad. Nothing happened there. Him is handy. Still battling with Magliattini. And more behind, battling with Jones this time around. And making the overtake into turn 3. Jones clearly doesn't want to end it there. He goes back on inside. Switchback move. And it's the Honda back in front. That is for 26th place. Meanwhile, up ahead, Barberi is very close to the car in front. Okay, for a brief moment I saw the worst possible with Barberi nearly colliding with Giovannini. It's quite clear that Barberi wants to pass the teammate. And this is just helping the FRL cars behind, who are also battling for the place. With Illigner now as close as physically possible. Also the car behind wants to make the place. It's a very peculiar situation, this one here. They can't make moves, but they have to make moves. Oh, that's a move, that's definitely a move very close to the car ahead. And I think that's also a move for Eck to make the place on Illigner. These two are now switched again. They are trying as much as possible to overtake Barberi, who also wants to be in front of Giovannini, because obviously every driver thinks they are faster than the car ahead. But have to play it carefully. They can't really put any danger on the situation. Meanwhile, behind Brunix and Kiss, this one has been going on for ages, and now Kiss is on the inside of the 42 with the number 41, trying to make an overtake, but that's not again. Novak is now very close to them. The Ferrari is very good compared to the BMW in that particular section. That's nearly Novak making the place on the outside, on the curb. Ooh, nothing happens there. But they are still close. They are still close and nothing is really going on. Meanwhile, Megliatini here defending against Handy, and behind Skis is defending against Novak. Oh, Giovanni lost everything! What happened there? Did he make a mistake? Oh, he did make a mistake! It didn't break at all! A costly mistake too, I would say. And now Barberi is in third place. Just ahead of Heck and Illigner, but this means that Barberi lost a very important portion of the setup. Because Giovannini was effectively helping with the slipstream and also dictating the pace. And now Eck is fighting for position. Over the inside they go. Over the gravel a tiny bit for Barberi, and that's one place for effort. Oh, there is contact between the two. With Illigner very close to them. As Shaber just made the personal best, 28.405. Remember, they have a 10-second penalty, which could bring them back to the fairy tale end of the top 10. Because yes, this pack is very close. Top 10 is still there. It's very packed. There is a bit of a gap between 11th and 12th. Oh, that's a move for the BMW that goes on the inside, tries the inside, makes it into the inside, makes the position, tiny bit of contact between the Ferrari of Eck and Barberi's BMW, but that is still not over. Now Macoretta joining the fight. All of a sudden, the 177 was very far away, and now And now it's different. By the way, yes, this is a team championship. So every car is actually the participant. The drivers can change. It's not important who is driving. The important thing is that the car is brought to the finish line. Whoever drives it, it's completely not important. Everyone could. The important thing is that the car on the same number finishes the race. That's what's important for the championship, which now sees Ilin and Anek very close. Again, this has been going on for ages. Literally for the entire hour, but they are getting close to the pit stops. Just a bit of contact for Barbarian Ek again. So Giovannini is probably hoping that Barberi slows the field down as much as possible. Maybe this is the time for Ek to make it into top 3. Still nothing there. Still very close. But you can see that ahead it's completely clean. And they are also lapping a bit slower than the cars ahead. Now into the 29.0. Hinan still in the 28.8. As Mirnov made a pass on Sgarzian since they went into the pits to change the tires. As Ek is very interested in this scenario. Oh no, Creta is now the car that follows this entire train. And that's top 3. At the very top of this train, it's the 3rd place, so it's nothing to look down to. They've been steadily gaining. The question is, can they effectively join this fight and create also an overtaking opportunity? Now 7 minutes, well, for who doesn't know, the stints here are 75 minutes long. Yeah, you can race on your own. For example, in this very race, Picano in 32nd place after the pit stop. He is driving alone. He is a lone soul in this 6-hour race. You can definitely drive alone in any of the endurance races, possibly not the next one, which is the 24-hour of Nürburgring, the Nordschleife option. That was a bit of a tiny, literally one of the smallest mistakes I've ever seen, but that tiny bit is what Ek is searching. Because for any mistake that Barbieri could make, that car has to be ready to make the pass. So back again into turn 1. I think again this train will remain the same exact as back in the field. It's Brunix and the Kiss still on the same places. Now a bit closer than the other times, but still without an overtaking opportunity. As Jones has been given a 10-second penalty for the last corner contact with Novak. Jones now in 25th place. Fast in front. But he's starting to hoping that Macoretta makes as much positions as possible, because if they do, there is the pit lane strategy that comes into place, and having some time from the cars behind in the pit is a very good thing, especially because when they will all pit, they will have to make sure to not make contact with any car, and if they all 4 pit on the same time, it's not going to be a good thing for them all. Even because now the 51 is also back in the fight. Slowly picking back the bits they have lost. And now less than a second away from Macoretta. So it's clear that Giovannini has the pace. Behind. Kainen is now going alongside Duval Lewis. That's DCRT in front of Gazelle Motorsport. Tiny bit of contact also behind Zendi, making the fight with Maiettini for position. So Kainen made it in front of Gazelle Motorsport, and Remnant Racing is now in front of the Flat Out Esport in 20th place. Now Giovanni is at very tail end of this group. He was in front earlier on, but it's very interesting to see how it evolves. Like now, very closely following Barbieri. I think this has been the closest I've seen them in turn 1. Oh, that was extremely close between the two. We can go with the splitter point of view. Now the question arises, obviously, who wants to undercut? Because that's a choice they could take. To try to jump the gun, let's say, towards the very tail end, as Wolf apparently does. He goes into pits, as Tucci is also... Aha, so that's Giuffrida actually going for the undercut on Tucci. Oh, that's a move. That's Echo going into the pits. And that's the first car of the top group to go for the undercut. But I think it was Wolf, to be fair, on him. That's Echo going for the undercut. Same is for the Ferrari number 197 there. So this group will continue to go on. Same goes on for the 74, the 472 is also into pits. Acoretta very close to Willigner, who is now 1 second away from Barberi. Same goes for the 52 into the pits. And for now, that should be it. So, 4 teams trying to go for the undercut. Giovannini now very close to Macoretta, who is very close to Willigner, who is not very close to Barberi. So Barberi could try something, but they all think about going as long as possible. That's the beauty of the strategy. And I think my game crashed. I don't understand if it is the session or it is me. Let me try something there. No, that's the wrong one. Aha. Okay, apparently nothing is responding anymore. Okay. try something here. Okay. Okay, I should be back. Okay, I'm back here. Not sure what happened there. Now Ek is in front. Of Adamu. So this means that if everyone managed to undercut the driver in front. I think it was... I think it was my stream. Yeah, let me see. So yeah, everything is working again. Not sure what happened there. But Adamo now driving the car, number 11. And Zachary in the 51. Sartsian in front of Arthur now in the 69. There's number 37 who pitted ages ago. So the undercut is clearly working them too. So unfortunately, it just crashed in the worst possible moment. Is Velman with... Okay, Velman is not in a great... Okay, Velman is not anymore. Where is he? Number 221 is not having a great day in the connection. So I don't know where they are. It's not helping my race control, where I'm just seeing a car popping up in 4th place every time. You can see that car blimping. So I'm not sure if it is about to crash, or if it's something related with me rather. I know this Dakar is now closely followed by the 2-1-2 behind. 2 seconds away. So terrible pit stop for them. Not really, because they had a 10-second penalty that had to be taken away. Slow here is very close. with Ketelatars. It's still a switch of position there for low that goes on inside with a 472. But that's also Velman in the 221. He's about to get overtaken by the 177. But Velman stays on the outside, tries whatever is possible there. Oh, there is a contact there! Oh, and the Harter is off! The 177 is into the wall! Zachary against the place! Murasaki could do it too! Yeah, now my 51 is pinging a lot. You can see on the left hand side that it's not a great situation there. So now we have switched the lag from the FRL car to the Vesta Sport car. As also Murasaki gets overtaken by Verstappen for position in turn number 3. We can see it back from the helicam. Russell going on inside and taking the place in front of Murasaki. But in front, it's like different because now Ek. Oh, that's very close for Adamu. Oops, apologies. Now the fastest lap is also not anymore in the hands of Keenan. It's Dudek who made a 28.087. Astonishing considering that Keenan made a 28.087 even now! Wow, okay. Calling for it. 28.087 for both the drivers as soon as I mentioned it. Obviously scripted. Shake my head. You can see though that Ek strategy of pitting a lap earlier worked perfectly. Now they are second place and everything has to be gained from it. They are still not sure because my control is not okay at the moment. 12 seconds away. No, 10, 11, 12, I don't know. I hope it's 12. I mean, the sector line will confirm it. It's 11.8, okay, great. But this control is not in a great situation at the moment, since the gap is showing 15 and then 9. So, okay, I guess. Paradiamo. Over the curb. He has the exit. He definitely has the exit speed. He goes over to make the pass over the inside. There is not enough space for two cars. Contact between the two. And the Ferrari is on the outside. And the BMW is in the inside. And that's Adamo making the place number 2 in the 11 Vesta Sport. Flashing off the lights. Oh, the 41 is off. The 41 of Scott is off in the last corner. Oh, in the first corner, apologies. almost got there into the wall. He's also curving very close to the Lamborghini ahead. There is also Verstappen who is trying to make the position on Harter. He actually made the position on Harter. Over the outside. As Dudek in the 475 made the first and only 47 of the entire race. 47.980. That car is now flying. The 475 Aston Martin. Harter is not over with it. He really wants to make the pass. Up in front is still the same. Adamo is still ahead of Eck after a very good pass. Now they have to deliver as much as possible. Pierce in 16th place. They were starting from last place and now they are in 15th against, oh, maybe not. Okay, no, they're still in 16th. I thought it was from the camera. I thought it was clear. But Eck is still reaching for that P2. Basically every lag situation that happened earlier on is not there anymore, which is good. Also, frankly, I don't see anything at all anymore, so not sure the reason for that. But I'm looking forward to the 475 there. Absolutely. Demolishing the field, the Pierce is still there, and also there is an overtake there for the 42 in 17th place. That's Payne in front of Vegemans. And drive through for the 968 for exceeding speed limit in the pits. Or track limits, one of the two. Even though I suppose it is the latter. Not that I think about it. Dudek here, literally the fastest car on the entire field. Obviously wants to move as quickly as possible. Tries to go for the move into turn 1. He stays on the inside. There is a little contact between the two, but he goes on the inside, and I think that's the position done for Dudek. They are in 15th. There is still another car in front of them, and then it's clean air for Dudek, and this car is going on very, very quickly. And even by staying behind, they made us 28.4. So it's clear that they have the rhythm. Here Zachary for Vesta Sport. A bit further away from his teammate in second place. I think there is some chance here for Zachary to go on the outside. It was a bit optimistic. As a matter of fact, it doesn't happen. This is behind us. This fight is still going on with Dudek and Sarzian already fighting for the placement. But Sarzian is battling with it. He really wants to defend as much as possible. Meanwhile in front, it's Zachary still putting pressure on Velman ahead. As Gava here, oh, on the grass nearly for Gava. Oh, and that's a Lamborghini fighting. Another car which is not racing with them. I think it's oh wait, I think it's, I know which car it is, it's Ek. Yeah, that was impeding. That was some impeding for the Lamborghini driver. And now, in fact, it's lap the cars hell as Zachary is going over inside. Contact between the two cars and Velman is on the outside, still trying to defend. He can't defend against that, and Zachary is through. 4th place for the number 51. With number 31. Now the next target, 7 seconds ahead. Behind is Dudek going on the outside at this point of Zarzian, who tries to defend as much as physically possible. As I'm hearing, oh, that's a 55. I heard the car shut down. That was Tanner. Oh, he just lost the car on the corner. The outside. That's now Verstappen. So now Verstappen is extremely focused on taking the position ahead for a 1-4-1. He's definitely going strong on this stint. 4 hours and a half to go. Ooh, he tries already on the inside. Can he make a stick? He can. He makes the overtake on Bellman. Barely, though, keeps it in front since Bellman put it back ahead of the Aston Martin. Bit on the gravel for Verstappen. Unfortunately, that bit will put Harter now in contention for position. Verstappen is very close to the car ahead. That's a bit too close, in fact the Ferrari is off! For a brief moment, Bellman was with the rear pointing in another direction. Verstappen is now following, Harter is practically there, and Murasaki is not that far away. Some contact, that's just helping Zachary, now with 9 seconds of gap to the car ahead, but definitely behind. They are fighting as much as possible. In fact, you can see that Verstappen is going on the left-hand side of the driver on the 2-2-1. That's not going to be an overtake, though. Maybe. Since you can see, that's a great exit for Verstappen. That's a fantastic exit for the Aston Martin driver, who is now in 5th place. And now aiming for Zachary ahead. Unfortunately, the Mercedes is just in the wrong point at the wrong moment. For Verstappen. So from the Aston Martin point of view, you can see that already Harter is now in the point of view Harter. They are trying as much as possible there. It's a not so great exit for Bellman. In fact, I think Harter will have a chance to make it in front. The driver of the Ferrari now in 6th place, which now becomes 7th. Yes, it does become 7th. It's still side by side between the two. So Harter is still trying to defend. On the outside is a bit difficult. But apparently it goes through for a moment, because now you can see that Bellman lost a bit of grip. He has to stay there because the next corner is a left-hand side, so he has the inside. There's a bit of contact, and Aston Martin is off over the marbles, and this just gives the number 212 the chance to make it in front. Side by side for them, no contact whatsoever. Oh, and there's a cut off. It's a 2-2-0. But 2-2-0 who is having some struggles. That's Langley for Top Tier Motorsport. Harter has another chance on Bellman. after the debacle that happened earlier on. Oh, that's a big one. Bellman is into the gravel. Bellman into the gravel, and that's Harter and Murasaki passing through. The car behind is not fighting for placement, but that's what happened. On the left hand side over the curb, took a bit too much throttle. And over the gravel, which was slowing them down by seconds. By 3 seconds nearly. Not great for Nico Bellman now in 8th place, as Ek is still following Adamu, and Murasaki is doing the same on Harter. Behind it is Evans and Barth who are battling for position. That's a Mustang which will likely have a bit of an advantage over the straights. You can hear the noise of the V8. It goes extremely wide into the gravel. That's Evans losing the place on Barth. That's also Kazarian putting the car in front of Gava. Spicano is battling with Pierce in the Honda. As the Mustang is letting everyone. Oh, there was a contact there. Oh, there is a contact this time around. Oh, another contact, and that's the car off. That was Verstappen passing through Zachary. We have to see it again. What happened there? So the Mustang lets some cars pass by, gets back on the racetrack, and then narrowly misses the BMW, but that BMW lost the place. Number 4 on Verstappen, who is now there, because Zachary is now in 5th, trying to, well, not being killed by the Mustang effectively. Went into the wall too, I think, so down in 26th place. Osorio also has a 5 seconds penalty, and the number 2 is sitting in the middle of the corner, the exit of the corner. As a Harter just lost the place on Murasaki. So Murasaki, after the initial drop, he's starting to get through again. Oh, oh! What has happened there? Oh no, I think I know what happened there. I think I really know what happened there. Is it? Oh, it was unfortunately a big debacle between drivers. With Zachary losing every position, now they are in 10th. With damage on the rear. After the car behind made contact with them, and also there is the 52, there is the 11 losing the place nearly on the 331. I want to say 2 things at once, I clearly didn't. I want to say that it was the 52 that made contact with the Beamer in front, number 51. But that second was trying the position on the 11 in 2nd place. Now, effectively, the only spear for the Vespa Sport team, who lost 2 teams in very peculiar ways. The 52 now effectively last place. So Kuchita here trying to make the place on low. That's for 8th place in the standing. And the Mustang, oh, again! Whew. Oh, that was I want to see it again, but by Low's perspective, I'll be honest. So that Mustang went on the outside, just braked in the middle of the curb. It seems way worse from Kuchta's perspective. He's still there. Oh, there's another car off. That's an 882. It's again a Mustang. It's again the Mustang having some issues. So back in front with Murasaki and Harter and the Veldman. Closely following. And now, Ketelars. Javier Ketelars, the Dutch driver, is for Gazelle Motorsport, trying to get close on Zachary, now in 10th place. The problem for these two is that behind them is the fastest car on track. 27.9 was the quickest lap time being set, and it was in these cars' hands. Or other tires. Skuchka here, very close. To make a place. Lot of fighting going on at the moment. It's also Murasaki. Murasaki is practically going on a bit of an elastic band. He is gaining a lot, and then he's losing a bit. And he's gaining a bit and losing a lot, but now we are with this battle for the 8th place with Low on the inside and Kuchka on the outside. But I think Low will stay there. Yes, indeed. Oh, the rear slipped off there, and Zachary also getting overtaken by Ketelars from 11th to 10th. That's a Mercedes-Benz, but back in front is still, oh, that's now Kuchka in front of Low. Oh, no, the rear. And Murasaki just lost. Oh, he lost the rear too. So what happened there? Because the gap was quite, I won't say big, but it was enough. Oh, he just went on the gravel. And trying to get back on the throttle. The tires were still with some gravel over them. So this means that just slipped a bit, and Dudek just how? Okay, so Dudek is currently lapping as fast as the leader in the 441 in the Ferrari. Speaking of front, I can still there. Going a bit wide this time around. So about the gap, okay, this is great to be seen. Adamo made a 28.777. Benjamin Eck, 28.772. So the great amount of 5 milliseconds have been gained. Obviously the rhythm is not bad. Oh, that's Zachary off. How did it happen? Oh, I just lost it here. Twice. Over the curb too. And that's Dudek passing through. The whole... Oh, there is another car off. It's 882 once more. This time, some front-end damage. There is also a battle here for 14th place, apologies, between Hafor in 69 and Sarzian in 37. Now these cars were starting in... If I remember correctly, it was 12th and 15th, respectively. But unfortunately, since the game crashed, I don't know the positions anymore. So yeah, Dudek now here, just behind the Catarars. This driver has been definitely putting his name there. He has been the fastest of the whole field, and he is proving it. He has been making move after overtake, after gain, and he is now there in the top 10. The 475 of the SRT. Who clearly put the slowest driver for the start. Good strategy in my mind, since effectively this can create a bit of a buffer for the drivers behind, so you can gain them back. And now Nico Dudek, who clearly is quite quick, is going on outside and making a move. Can he make it stick? The answer is maybe. I think the answer is actually yes. Yes, I think it is, because now already Dudek creating a gap. Look at that. Great move. Great pass on the outside. The next objective is 9 seconds ahead, and with this rhythm, I'm honestly thinking he can reach them without too much trouble. Now Ek very close to Adamu. That's for top 2. But the BMW is there. Still going on with low downforce, or rather... The engine. Oh, there is a good... Oh, he's off! Adamu is off! Into the gravel! Can he brake in time? It does! But that was close. That was very close for a crash and... a disaster. We can see from the helicam the situation. Try to squeeze on the inside. That was very close. I admit, this could be a penalty. But honestly, kudos to the number 11 driver, who simply saved the unthinkable. As hard as now was a 15 seconds penalty. But this time I don't know why. I have to check because otherwise... Aha, here you are. So the reason is... I don't know. Simply. because it's not shown. I'm trying to see the reason, but I can't find anything there. Anyway, Adam is in third and has to gain back the place. Meanwhile, Murasaki is just 8 times away from Harter, who has a 15-second penalty. Even because I'm not seeing any contact now that I'm looking at in the race control, since sorry, there is no contact, so I wonder why there is a 15-second penalty. Maybe it's something so early it just went through, but I don't physically know since it's not even written. Now the Mustang over the inside, that's for position between the two, between Evans and Monsu. But the Mustang will try to give the way to the faster cars, and that is actually going to help massively Adamu, who is going to be on the tail of the Ferrari ahead. That's for second place again. He's going for the move there. Can he make it? Oh, there is the tiniest contact in the world, but I think he made it. I think, yes, he did. He made it into second place. That was a great move by Adamo, and that's second place for number 11, who now is 19 seconds away from Keenan. Keenan is absolutely destroying the field, to be fair. Now Eck utilizing a bit of the track to gain some advantage, but nothing comes out of that, and he still has to stay behind. Let's now. That's my intent to go on the inside. So this fight is still raging on. It's not over. I wonder if there will be a lounge on the inside for this Ferrari, but nothing happens there. Meanwhile, behind, Gava and Barf are still also battling for 19th place, this one here. It's also Hatter. Oh, he's going extremely wide into turn 1. He was trying the position on Zardian, but clearly something didn't work. So you can see the McLaren ahead. They had the speed. Oh, I think they broke. Okay, just missed the car narrowly, and they recovered it too. That's now Barf defending. So there are some battles on track. There is this one here for position number 19, the one for 14th, 5th-ish, and 2nd, which is now close. The top end of the field has been very, very good performance. It's been outstanding. That BMW lagged a lot for a moment. I saw it diagonally placed on the racetrack, not sure why. And Zeffirino Gava now. The McLaren very close to the advisor Porsche ahead. 4 hours to go. And plenty of things that can still happen. McLaren is now giving the way with the cars that follow, but it's important to... Oh, oh no, again the Mustang. For a brief moment, I saw an Aston Martin becoming one with the Ford. It doesn't have... Oh, there's another car off. That's a 738, I think. Yeah, it is a 738. Off in the assets. But Pierce now is attacking out Author all of a sudden. I think Author's mistake is going to be quite remarkable for the Honda team, with Nathan Pierce now on the wheel. Back ahead. That's the racing line. Murasaki decided that the racing line was overrated. That's definitely going to be a track limit, I'm quite sure about that. They have 3 for the entire duration of the race. The 4th is an automatic drive-through, and there is nothing you can do about it, because appealing obviously is not... you just can't. Because it's something that is decided by the game. Sarzian now, remember that he was off the sync from the very beginning. They lapped, they pitted on 50 minutes after the start. And now they are effectively the only team who is trying the massive undercut. Oh no, it's Feldman again, I think, that car. Glitching again in the pits. These two have been lapping practically the same for more than a lap. The 68. Trying to get a place ahead. Now there are 2 fights ongoing at the same part of the circuit too, so it's actually quite convenient for me. That wasn't lag with 2 skins. I mean, if you can do the drift, kudos to you. Honestly, I want you to do that, and I want a a video of it, and then I will congratulate you. Because doing a drift there in a GT3 car, that will be something. Now Pierce, Nathan Pierce for Remnant Racing, the British driver, has been setting the best personal team lap time, 28.707, which has been 4 times faster than the car had made in the last lap. But still Dudek, 28.2. They are not even lapping as quick as the leader. They are even faster than the leader. 28.2, they just gained 6 times on the leading car. A very great performance for them. The gap between Dudek and Lowe is also 4 seconds only, which is very, very close for the two. These two are still lapping into 28.6. Same as the leader. They have 19 seconds that have to be gained. Harter here is still ahead of Murasaki, but at this point I don't think Murasaki is even attempting any overtake. And the Honda, number 28, I think the only Honda I've seen in the last couple of months. It's always them. It's not even another Honda, it's just them. I don't think I saw another team using the Honda in the last 6 months, to be fair. They had that Rose and then did the exact opposite after a 8-month period where it was just OP. Obviously, this Honda wants to make the overtake as quickly as possible because Zachary is not that far away. It's just 4 seconds ahead. After a tremendous lap, 30.7 for Zachary, the last lap. So after 2 hours, we effectively have a bit of a stable solution about the leaderboard. But ahead, something may change. I saw a 10th only between the 2 cars. Zachary is going into the pits. Try an undercut maybe, or damage repair, one of the two. Oh, that's a bit wide for the Beamer squad in 2nd place. You can tell I love onboard cameras. Honestly, they are just the best thing to use in these situations. In fact, we can go on the splitter. Oh, that's very close between the two. I didn't expect that. That was very close. I think there were 20 centimeters at best. As low is also going into the pits. But for the moment, Adamo remains on top. I would expect Ek to use the same exact strategy, not because he wants to, but because he is effectively obliged to do it, since he undercutted earlier on. And if Adamo wants to complete the stint with a 65-ish minutes timer, and Ek wants to do the same, in the hypothetical idea, the two have to pit at least a lap apart. So Ek will be obliged to undercut in case. But Adamo still has the chance to undercut earlier. So, a term of strategy. Unfortunately, I don't know the stint timers. That would have been very useful for a bit of insight. The Honda driver now in front of us, the BMW number 69 for Crazy Squirrel team, and now they are alongside. Can they make it? The Honda doesn't have the speed, so the answer is not for now. Invece, oh, okay, I switched in Italian for a brief moment. Sorry. Pierce instead made it into the inside. And now, in turn 3, that's the Honda driver who made it into 11th place. Now 6 seconds ahead, it is Ketelar's place. But if you think about it, it's actually a bit more deep because we have to look at Giovannini in the 51 car in 22nd place. Because they pit earlier. Now Ketelar's in the pit. Maybe Pierce will no, definitely no. And Outer continues on. Also Payne and Corving were into the pits. Rosaki at this point is just waiting for that beautiful moment where he will not see the car anymore because of the penalty. And Ek here is still looking at the BMW in front. Shut up. I know this is too late. Anyway, so now Adamo still, this time around, Adamo made 3 attempts on the car behind. That's Benjamin Ek losing 3 times, but nothing to worry too much about, since I think if anything, we could see a switch when the pit time will effectively expire for Ek. Because with this wave from that situation. So now the Ketelars is out of the pits, you can see that he is still in front of the 51, which is technically the important news for them by more than a few seconds. The question obviously comes on Dudek's perspective, because this car has been going on furiously quick and only 4 seconds ahead. It's the Ferrari. 28.1. I just noticed. Nico Dudek absolutely thinking about how to demolish the field. And he is nailing the lesson. Kawasaki here still. Because effectively they obviously want the overtake to be done as early as possible, because technically they could be slowed down by Harter. I think that's the issue right now, because 29.7 is not really Murasaki's lap time. And Harter ahead is not really helping the situation. Saxian here, just behind Picano. Both drivers are doing the 6 hours alone. So this will be effectively an endurance for them. Over the inside, that's the McLaren that makes the place for about 1.2 seconds for losing it again and then gaining it again. You can see the McLaren, which is quite fast on the straights, how much it gained, and that's Picano behind Saxian. Next car ahead is the 934, driven by Barf for Advisor Racing Team, and then another second half only in front is Wolf, but that's because they just pit. So it really can't be taken as an effective data. Something that can be taken is the 331 in 8th place momentarily, but it's quite useless as it stands. Also, Bellman made a bit of an undercut. Murasaki is still behind the 177. So at this point I would undercut. Keenan is now into the pits, which means it's time for everyone else. So Adamu, same goes for Verstappen. I think, yes, it is. Same goes for Harter, which means for Murasaki. Now the two are going to go in the pits at the same time, which is not the best you want, since you effectively have to lose time. Oh, that's over the line! That's a bit over the line. Pit limiter on, so everything okay there. Skis is fighting with Jufrida and Jones. That's a BMW going on the left hand side of the McLaren, trying maybe a double take. It doesn't appear to be a choice. But Kiss is now in front of Jufrida. The next car ahead is Jones. 792 Honda. Oh wait, it's definitely another Honda. I forgot there are 2 Hondas in this race. And the jump happened again. So honestly, at this point, I would undercut from the next time onwards, because it's the second time this has happened for the number 11. As Stubina now overtakes Durek, who just came out of the pits, but that's 8th place for them. They also made the overtake on Harter, and now it's Kleinen on the wheel. As the sun shines again. So for now, no rain on the horizon. Yet. Yet. I wouldn't tell us. Oh, 51. 15 seconds penalty. Is it for the contact earlier on? Unsafe rejoin to racing line and cause an incident, so clearly it is on the 15. So it's when it rains it pours, and the situation is not great for them at the moment. Now Kies still trying to attack Jones in front. Further in front, sorry for the wordplay, is Picano and Sargsian, the two lone drivers battling for the same position. It's very close between the two, trying to get all the slipstream possible. Lunging on the outside. Seems like the decision was a bit late. The commitment was a bit late for the BMW driver. I forgot that it's a team of only one person, so it's not really drivers. I'm so used to the fact that everyone usually has more than one person in the car, but this time it's the complete opposite for not only one but two teams battling for the same position too. Quite the exception. So Sakeki is now your leader, 16 seconds behind is Zakdal in the 331, who managed to make the undercut on Barberi in the number 11. Now 2 seconds away. And now Klienen in the DSRT is trying to follow Stubna in 74 BMW. A bit behind for 14th place, it is Picano. And this is the fight for 21st place between the Honda 792 and the 41 FRL BMW. Oh, that's a bit wide for the Honda driver, and that's going to be an opportunity for Domokos Kies for the 41 lineup. In 21st place now. Oh, someone... Okay, no, never mind. Okay, luckily. I saw a car in 9th place disconnecting. which is this one here. For a very brief moment. There is control, but here we are back for a battle for 14th place. Shaber just made the team's personal best, 28.3, and that is faster than the leader, the second place driver, the third, the fourth. I think it's easier to say everybody else. So the 212 is currently the quickest car on track. And ooh, the Ferrari made a big mistake. That's Zagdal now getting tailored by Barberi. There was a 2-second gap between the two, and now there isn't. Well, there isn't a gap because now the BMW is on the inside and makes the overtake for the Vesta Sport team, and that's second place for the number 11. A bit of gravel has been taken too, but that's the number 11 now in second place with a very good overtake. I wonder if there was any contact with someone else. Oh, there was. Oh no, it was just this one here. But we can see from the helicam how it went. Oh wait, this is another thing. Oh, so it was... Oh, okay, so it was a bit of teamwork, which is not something great, to get Barberi closer to Zagdal. Obviously, the 331 team will be quite angry, rightfully so, but Zagdal has another chance. On the second straight, Ferrari has less of a powerful acceleration, but you can see the BMW there with the brakes. The Ferrari has better brakes, but the line was towards Barberi's car. And for now it seems like it's like this. So we go back for Smirnov in the Crazy Squirrel team, battling with Honda, who made the undercut work greatly. They made the overtake for 12th place. Now the BMW is clearly looking forward to it. Best, team personal best for two teams. Shaber in 212 made another team's personal best, 28.2. That car is definitely flying. Smirnov made a 28.5. As I heard my voice, I'm hearing my voice going more and more towards sad death, but that's for another moment. Side by side between the two drivers. And the Honda is on the left hand side, which is not really the better place to put the car for turn 3. And as a matter of fact, it's going to be the BMW who makes the overtake and completes it quite quickly. You can see on the left hand side there is a bit of the wing, which now becomes the entire rear deck. Maybe the Honda can. Oh, they didn't. So they will stay behind. In 12th place for the 69. That now has a second from the car in front. Stubna is just setting a quicker lap time after. Oh, that's another car with yellow flags on. That was the 7th. I didn't pick it on time. It was a 738, by the way. lunge on the brakes. For PT2 trying to keep the light on for the fight, not only for 14th, because this one effectively would end up being the fight for 13th. Very likely. 2 seconds is the gap between Henny and Sarzian. Which could be lowered soon. Jones with a drive-through for exceeding track limits. This is 792 in 22nd place. Giovannini has a 15-second penalty. Giovannini, which was in the 51, one of the cars fighting for second place. Then Wolf, another one of the drivers who was starting to battle for second place, is now in 11th. And we also have Shaber in 212 after penalty. They were in second place, and even for them, they soon had to gain back the time they lost. Picano here fighting with Zarzian. Both of the two are on a solo mission, and they're fighting for a 14th place. As ahead, something is going on since Stubna and Kleinen are battling for 7th. Kleinen, who has on the... someone is not in the race anymore. Oh, that's the McLaren. Disconnection for the McLaren driver, who was... oh, Sarzian is not back. Okay, apparently the race control is funky on this day, because now Sarzian is back on the race and Picano is... okay, no, he is not anymore. I'm not understanding. So easy. Because Sarzian is now out of the table, and I think that's effective this time around. So yeah, unfortunately we lost the McLaren, who was fighting with Picano in 14th place. Both on a solo mission, unfortunately. So now it's just one of them. Now Handy here, very close to Smirnov. They lost the place early on with his car. Now they're trying to gain it back. If you have any question, just make a comment below. I will try to read. Well, I will read them all. It's not like I will try. But I will try to be as quick as possible to notice them. Since unfortunately I have just a single monitor, so you don't want to see how I'm trying to put. Oh, that was Andy going a bit long on the brakes. So I don't really have enough space to put both the race control and the game and the chat and everything in the same place, but I will switch left and right as any possible moment appears. Brandon Kleinen still behind Stubna. We go over the splitter. So Nastakeki is definitely lapping good. 28.4 consistently. Same goes behind with Barberi lapping the same. So those 20 seconds seems to be still on the same route. Tactile follows behind by nearly 5 seconds. Then Ulrich in the 141 is in 4th. And Shaber follows in 5th. As now we are 30 minutes away from the pits, no, maybe 40 minutes away from the pit stops. Situation is definitely more calm now. Clearly with some front-end damage, which I didn't notice. But here, is it getting cloudy? Or is it just an impression of mine? Because I think it's a bit less sunny than earlier. A bit, oh, that's a car slow. I think it was a Fritzy too, going slowly. I can't be sure about that. So up ahead, Zminov has quite the gap, but behind Handy is still looking for that car up in front. In fact, Handy has gained a 10th in the last lap. There's also Mo trying to overtake Williams for 23rd place. I think they will do it. In fact, they go into the inside and they place the car in 23rd. 22nd for them too. And the reason is it's not showing. So I can't know. I'm not sure why, unfortunately, but it's not showing anywhere. Anyway, Kiss is still in a fight. This car has been battling for position for the entire duration of the race, practically. The car ahead this time around is Novak in the Advisor Racing Team, 19th place for them in 934. And the 475 is now in 8th place. And yeah, you were right. They were in practically the last position at the very tail end of the first laps. And now this car is in 8th place with the fastest lap time too. They're absolutely putting a great show for now. There is still more than half the race to go, plenty of time, and Competizione to make positions, since I think with this rhythm they could get into 6th and 5th too, because they are not that far away. After 2.5 hours, the gaps are not big at all. To let you understand, in the top 10, the biggest gap is between P1 and P2. All the other cars are around 5 to, at best, 10 seconds away. So it's very, very close pack, this one here. It's a very nice thing. And honestly, this is my one to watch for the remaining of the race. They have been absurd. I think the correct word is absurd. And I really hope they get every possible position. I expect a top 5 for them. That will be phenomenal. They get another 10th on the car ahead. 28.9. This is the last lap for Klinen. As Novak is now getting closer to Duval Lewis, more than what he is getting closer to Novak, because now Case's gap is a second and a half. The gap ahead also is, unfortunately I don't know, because the race control is simply not understanding the situation. I'm not really sure, it's quite odd, so it's 17.5. It's the only gap I can't say for certain, because it's constantly going for 30 seconds, 50 seconds, 12 seconds. I think Barber is slightly glitching on my hand compared to all the others, so it's 17 seconds. So Barber effectively gained 3 seconds in this stint, but it's not enough to gain back the place they were aiming for, P1. The road is obviously very long. Zaklar here is now 6 seconds behind. And Shaber is slowly putting together the pieces. He needs to get back in 4th, but more importantly, it's also the car behind. Because Hilligener is not really that far away. They're definitely having a good time for now. As Novak here is now very close to Duval. Okay, I will say it correctly once. Duval Lewis. Okay. With Novak behind, trying to understand where to make the pass on the Ferrari ahead. They're going on the outside. I think there is some chance for Novak to make the pass, and in fact it happens. And the 934 is now in 18th place. Next is Alessandro in the number 4 for Flathouse Esport. It's a pixel. That pixel is 7 seconds behind. This has been a constant gain too for Novak. I think you can go for the usual recap of the places. So we've got FRL Racing Team in P number 1, then it's Vesta Sport in 2nd place. FRL 331 is in 3rd. 141 Holdfast Motorsport made an astonishing recover and put the car back in 4th. 212 MSR Esport is in 5th. That is the 221 FRL car in 6th. 74 is Cherokee Team in 7th with a 475 DSRT. 177 is the TC Racing with Macoretta driving. Busov for Simtech Racing is in 10th. Wolf, former 2nd place holder, is for Gazelle Motorsport in 11th in the 301. Then Smirnov, Crazy Squirrel Team in 12th in the number 69. Then Handy just follows in the 28 Honda in 14th for Remnant Esports. Then it's Sebastian Picano, William Giovannini for Vesta Sport 51. Even this team was in 2nd place once. Brunix for QRT Esports number 42 in 16th. Flathouse Esport with Alessandro driving number 4 in 17th. 934 is Advisor Racing Team in 18th. With the number 300 Gazelle Motorsport in 19th place. Then it's the Formula Racing League BMW number 41. Ooh, the 30. Oh, there is a car off. It's a 31. What happened there? Oh, I think they hit the curb and the wall. Oh, there's a big one. They're trying to recover. Some time passed, but I was saying Giuffrida in a 68 McLaren FMP. Jones in the Long Smile 792 Honda with the number 2 in 23rd place. That's a FRL Porsche. Number 41, unfortunately, now in 24th place for the TSE Racing. It is the number 93 in 25th place. Future Competition Esports is in 26th place in the Lamborghini 463 with FMP Italia in 27th with the 968. Then it's 197 Scuderia Ferrari. The number 882 in the Mustang in 29th. Number 55 is a Ferrari car with the Anhalnier Racing in 31st, Top Tier Motorsport in 32nd, Vesta Sport in 33rd, and FAA Armenia in 34th place. Sanak is here, very close to the car ahead of Duvaluis. Yeah, effectively, there were a way to save the car in turn 1, obviously, but you can't really feel the sensations of any driver, so maybe they didn't think about that. When that happens, usually you don't really want to overreact and put everything on the throttle. You really want to just keep it steady. Now the Ferrari is getting overtaken quickly by the BMW in 20th place. That's the number 300 of Gazelle Motorsport, losing the place number 19. A bit more of a calmer commentary now. I could make golf with this voice and this tone. I want to say I don't have the voice anymore, so I can't even shout if I want. And that is Emerson that was gaining on the car ahead, number 968, but they had to leave the way to, I think that's Macoretti in the 177. No, they aren't. I think it is. No. Where are you? Aha. There it is. It's the number 93 in 25th place. So the FMP Italian is now getting targeted by Emerson in 28th place. So Marquez unfortunately lost the place from Duvalui, so we have another chance to see the pass. Recoverable from here after a mistake, which unfortunately didn't record. This could be a good pass for 19th, this one here. With Wolf, which is, I think he massively lagged out for a brief moment because I saw him dropping 16th. But everything is alright, so nothing to worry about here. We go back here for the battle for 19th place. The 300 is still in front of the BMW. But surely this could change. The BMW now on the right side of the Ferrari. Now it's the overtake into turn 10, and effectively it's Keys now in 19th place. It makes the overtake on Duvaluis. The gap between Macoret and Kleinen is very little, with the two Aston Martins that are getting closer together. As the number 177 is trying to gain back the places they lost with a penalty applied to their name. And the 475 is the car in front. This is If it's the car that is holding the purple lap. The gap is now just 1 second. Another 10th has been gained by Macoretta, and the 177 could very well be in contention for not only 8th but 7th ultimately. Stubna now losing a lot of time all of a sudden, trying to get some cars lapped. And this is just helping clean, and Macoretta getting closer to them, because that's the 300 Ferrari lapping the 463 in 26th place. But the two have to give the way to this car here as soon as possible. But apparently someone is here. Hello. Wait a tiny bit. Why aren't you working? Okay, now it works. Okay, I'm not really a fan of effectively anything here. Why aren't things working? Okay, now it works. Yeah, I made it. I honestly am not organized with the audio settings in OBS. I'm not really great on that, but I made it, which is something. So how, John? How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. I'm not going to lie. I'm suffering a bit with the hay fever, and it's very, very, very warm today. So, yeah, very, very red eyes.
Oh.
Nice full nose. Excellent. It's fun stuff. It's fun stuff. But yeah, other than that, older none the wiser. How has my beloved Red Bull ring been for the opening 3 hours, and how much are you looking forward to getting behind the wheel?
Practically the first hour and a half has been simply the top 6 battling for the entire duration, which as you can hear by my voice, it has ruined my voice, but I made it through, and yeah, in around half an hour I will start my stint in the car, so yeah, nothing too much to worry about.
And how many stints is it you've got on the cards today, if I can ask?
Only 2.
2?
Yep.
Nice. We will be keeping a close eye out.
I hope so.
Most definitely. There is part 2 there.
But yeah, thanks to joining at this time. So for everyone that has been hearing the stream so far, I am Cristiano Romano, and here alongside is John Wright. He will be your commentator for the remaining of the 3 hours and some minutes, because I don't want to be precise. And honestly, I can't be precise. Come on. I know myself. I know if I say something, that something will not happen.
Oh, the curse of the commentator runs deep.
Yeah.
It runs deep. I mean, just ask my friends that play Valheim with me. Yeah.
I will try to start a project that counts the times I fail, and that will fail. So I don't know if I could count. I fail a prediction rather, because every time I predict something, it's like it has to explode. So anyway, that was my stint. I hope you are getting better. to be fair.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
But yeah, if you want, you can make like a golf-style commentary. So very. Here it is the car. Here it is
I
the
did
car.
hear a golf commentator at the Spa once. It was
Yeah.
very good. It was very good.
Like the car number 177 comes along the straight and goes for the turn like this. So something a bit calmer. But anyway, thanks John for coming here. Thanks to everyone that made it into the stream and for the entire duration of the stream. And I will leave you on mute for a single minute because now we will do the switch. It will change.
It's already done. It's
okay,
already done.
it's already
I'm
done.
already live on YouTube. I'll
Okay,
be
nice.
commentating there in a moment. I've shared the link in the chat as well, so thank you to everybody that's already jumped on, because it's 2 separate streams, Christian. So
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
still not getting used. It's been months, so it's still not getting used. I have to remember that effectively you can start the stream without me. So, with me.
Indeed.
But yeah.
But yeah, you can end at any time, man. Thank you very much for your stint, and again, absolutely